BD5 Pilot with you out on a Thursday afternoon at the Hillsboro hangar, and here's what I've been working on. You'll remember last video I was in the engine compartment working on the aileron, autopilot servo, the gasculator installation, and now I'm working on the elevator part of that installation. So need to make a bracket there for the bottom base to fit that in. That'll double up at the bottom of that. And then these pieces here, I'm actually going to bend them the other way and create a little fold that creates an additional, make a wider support up at the top, because it's going to end up tying into right about here is where that cross member for the engine is going to come across. So I'm going to integrate that together. I'm going to drill out these some of these rivets and then double them up and make another doubler that with a 90-degree fits over the top of that. So that'll be a very sturdy area on the plane. This is a part of an assembly I do not want to have come loose on me. And just to view that from another angle, I need to be able to have that capstan as close as possible so that the cable is going to run as little interference, won't have any angular difference as it's operational. So I'm not pulling on that cable with any side loads. It's going to be just a direct load back and forth. And you'll remember there on the bottom of that engine compartment, I've got this aqueduct that's going to supply the fresh air for the engine itself. So I need to design a filter system that once I drill a hole here, there's another piece that goes in there, so I can put this anywhere I want to direct the air back into the intake system that's going to go onto the velocity stacks on that engine. So there'll be a box around there with an air filter that'll feed the air in. But what I'm finding out is in this paperwork, I don't have the dimensions or at least even a schematic from Bonehead as to how they want that aqueduct cut. Do I just follow these lines and stop it here, stop it here, stop it here? Not sure. So I've sent a message to Bonehead to see if they can supply me with a template or at least measurements to make that correctly. And I've got David Jukum hard at work designing a piece that's going to fit onto this output of the engine. And so I'll have six 6-millimeter bolts that hold that on and then ties it into a pulley. And that pulley is going to allow me to drive the alternator. Talked about it on the other video. But I'm needing to stay really close to a direct drive since this engine is going to turn 6,000 RPM at full power. And it's actually capable of a little higher RPM. So I don't want to overdrive the alternator. And I need to get the motor mount, that part on, to get the exact dimensions to alignment for that alternator so I can make the bracket to mount that in. So that's some of our next steps. I'm going to see how long I'm going to continue futzing around here with that mount for that elevator autopilot servo, and then head on out to Columbia Aviation Association, one of the finest aviation clubs in the United States. So if you're in the Portland area, you should come by and visit. If you know what Columbia Aviation Association or CAA is, you should send me a note and ask if you can come as a guest. Well, folks, that's all for now. So BD5 Pilot is out. I'll be back with you this weekend, and we'll see what we get done.